Afternoon. This is Nita and Miss Panda with the Timepiece Garden. She's up playing where she likes to play. She likes it when I just get home. Let her run wild and free. Yeah, I'm out in Garden 3. Just going to do some spot checks. Green beans, obviously gone. Knew they would be. Knew they wouldn't take the freeze. Yeah, those are my mustard greens. Aren't they pretty? So there's some orchard back there. All these guys are still doing well, which is outstanding. This is that corn. I had the bugs eat all his stringies off, so I have no idea if he's even got corn on him. I'm going to take him in the house and find out. So, what are the plans for this afternoon? Believe it or not, I need to get the plastic off of here and put it on there. We're not going to have rain for at least another 4 days, but I got moles out here. I can feel it when I walk on the ground. But it's going to get windier every day this week. Does that make sense? And there is a slight gust that comes up every now and then, but for the most part, it's not windy at all, which is awesome. Having said that, it's warm. It's what the greenhouse is for. It is hot in here. The peppers are like, yeah, we like the heat. There you go. You can see where one of my plastic pieces came off. And anyway, if we get high wind over the next 4 days, here you go. Here's one of the gusts. You can hear it. Within the next 3 days, though, it's going to get high. Much bigger than it is now. What's that going to do? That's going to make it impossible for me to rehang plastic, because it'll be too windy. So, the goal is to do that now. So I'm going to give the pepper some water, because it's warm in here. Again, I wish I had a temperature chart out here. Just a day and night difference. You know, it's on average 20 degrees warmer in here than it is outside. And it's feeling it today. You know, and you can tell the peppers here made it through the freeze no problem. I mean, just not bruised, not hurt. A little droopy right now because they want water. It's one of the peppers that went through the freeze. You know? Just won't take it. Oh, now, having said that, I also found solar mole covers. I'm like, or mole sound thingies. I'm like, yes! So I can get them into place specifically around this, because this is where my winter greens go. All right, let me get to work, and I'll talk to you in a few. All right, so the first thing we do is we take everything off. Take off all my clamps, all of my string wires, again, because they're just looped and hooked around the hook. I got to start at the actual end there, and then undo them literally every other side, because once you get one end undone, it loosens up the next side, and you can undo it as well. Take it off the hooks, take the plastic off. Now this was one large sheet of plastic, so the whole thing's got to come off. What I'm thinking about is it'll be 3 sheets of plastic when I'm done. One straight piece that just folds over the top, but has a good 4 or 5 inches like my patch here that hangs over. And this here will be piece number 2 that's sized to fit the door. It will staple down here, and it will have 3 or 4 inches that fold into it. When they fold into each other, I'll be able to clamp them back, and that way it's 2 separate pieces. That way, long term, I'm only having to replace 1 piece as necessary, and when I want to take it off in the heat of summer and, you know, use it for growing space, not just for testing peppers, I can take the centerpiece off and do it, you know? So that's the thought process. So I'm taking it apart. While I'm taking it apart, because this stuff is all dead, I'm going to take these sticks down and lay them down, so if none of this, especially all the stuff that I have over there that was holding up the tomatoes, doesn't rip the plastic as I'm walking through here and pulling through here. So, talk to you in a few. Alrighty. I won't lie, I went in and started literally at the center and removed my patchwork and just ran my hand down and let it rip all the way across the top. From there I came in with a blade where it was still good and just cut it. And then I would hit, you know, an area that had gone bad and it would rip, and then I would cut where it was hanging on. But taking it apart like this kind of lets you see the three pieces, where I'm going to have a front piece, an over piece, and then a back piece when it's finished. That way, again, come summertime, I can still use this because it'll be open, you know? So anyway, let me get back to work. I still got to take it apart down here at the Staples, and then cut the other side and take it apart. Debates. I know the front side I have to redo because, again, anything that was towards the sun is just, I mean, you can see it. It comes apart. It's been baked. I got the same thing down there on the corner. You know, this is the front door side. It's baked. I know I have to redo the front door. I just don't know if I have to redo the back door. The corner is baked, but the back isn't. So I'm debating. I'm probably going to have to, because when I do it, I want to be able to do the front side, makes sense, and have this wrap over 6 inches, and then have, when the front comes across the top, have it wrap over 6 inches. Does that make sense? So it's 3 pieces, but my clamps will hold it here, you know, together type thing. That's the thought process anyway. So let me get back to work, finish taking it apart, and I'll talk to you in a few. Alrighty, it's going to be a 2-parter. Alright, so, back wall is up. It's all clipped in. The whole top part is up. And the back wall is up, and it's just clamped together with my little clamps. And it'll hold just fine. These clamps. Centered in place. I don't have any of it stapled down. I'm not going to staple it yet. Mostly because I'm not done. But fixing it is easy with the clamps. How do I say this? Once I get the, once all the plastic is on. We're supposed to be windy tomorrow, and even, you know, double windier the day after that. I can work on it all day tomorrow, because I still got to get the black fabric in to kill off the grass that keeps wanting to grow in those bricks. And I got to do that before I, you know, tie everything down. So, the plastic is on. I'm going to end up closing the front door. Does that make sense? And I will still lay the front piece of plastic just like I did the back side. That way I can cut it to the right size. And use the clamps to clamp it down all the way around. And if it's insanely windy, then I just won't come out here tomorrow. You know, if it's like it is now, you know, just with slight breezes, etc., then I can still come out and get some work done. Having said that, my little crisscross tie-down brackets, I need to go ahead and get that on tonight, though. Does that make sense? Those have got to go on. That way, should a gust come in or one of the clamps come undone, everything doesn't get to fly away. So, I'll give you another look, and when you see it, it will just be completely sealed with the clamps holding it down. You know, just like back there. Clamp down, good to go, all the right pieces in all the right places with all the right sizing. Mostly because I'm losing the light, you can already see where I got sunshine on the back side of the mountain, but I am in full shade. It's wintertime, I keep forgetting. I can't work another 2 hours. I'm going to be plunged into darkness here really quick. And I still have tools to clean up, so it's all good. Truly, it's all good. Let me go ahead and just get the plastic up on this side. I'm not going to take the time to cut it to fit the door. That makes sense, because once I get it up and, you know, tucked in the way I have that one do, I can cut out the door piece. That's not an issue. Use a pair of scissors and not a knife. And that way I don't cut the door, just the plastic that I need to cut so I can open the door. Anyway, let me get busy. We'll talk about cutting it when I cut it tomorrow. Let me get its plastic up. So, talk to you in a few. And just side notes, I did water the peppers and my strawberry spinach back there. They got well watered tonight, so if I don't make it out here tomorrow or the day after, it's still okay. All right, talk to you in a few. Alrighty, we're covered. All the right sizes and all the right places. Ooh, hang on, I gotta sneeze. Let me pause you. Oh, goodness. Whew. So, it's front side, obviously. You can see there's my door handle. So, should it not be crazy windy tomorrow, because it is in the right place. Does that make sense? I will staple this to its frame, and then that way I can cut up this seam center, and then right about here do that Y cut. That makes sense. So I can open and close the door and tack the rest of this front side down. And that'll be easy to do tomorrow. Does that make sense? Because once I get all of this stapled in, then it's just the door, and I can go inside and work and close the door and not worry about it blowing it up. Other things I got 4 clamps going right now. I think I'm gonna want 8 more. I like the thought of being able to tuck this first roll in and put a clamp here at the top and a clamp there at the bottom to hold down the corners. You know, I think that'll make it stronger, not whip around as much in the breeze. 2 across the top, maybe a 3rd one up here at the top, and 2 on the side. So what that does is that gives me 3 more on this side, 3 more on the other side, which is 6. And being that we knew it puddled right here in the center on both sides, if that makes sense, I want to go ahead and put one back here again. So I need 8 clamps. You know, box store, 99 cents a piece. Shouldn't be an issue. Hopefully I can find them. But yeah, I think that'll be awesome. I think it'll work right, you know? You can tell where, because I've just got the plastic rolled up so it stays in the hooks. But you can see where I had that grass growing in there. That's where I need the black plastic to go down so that grass doesn't grow anymore. Because like this, it's going to get water from rain, and it's going to want to grow, and I don't want it to grow. So that's something else that I still have to do for tomorrow. And again, I'm well in behind the shade of the mountain. And that's not cold, which is awesome. All right, what do I have left? I want to get my blower. I've got it sitting out here. I blew this off once because I wanted to make sure all the leaves that had already started to fall in here didn't end up in the tunnel, which was awesome. Not a problem, but I need to, if you look up there, I'm going to zoom in. You can see where the leaves are just insanely up against the fence. What that does is that'll ground out the fence so it doesn't charge, doesn't keep anything safe. So I want to go ahead and finish blowing that while I still have some light. And then the extra plastic that I have leftovers, there's that piece and this piece. Right now I'm just going to kind of drape it across here. They don't need plastic. You can see the carrots and the parsnips. Everybody made it through the frost. The tomatoes didn't. I didn't think they were going to. I keep saying frost. It was a freeze. It was a hard freeze. These are the marigolds portions that were outside. Those right there are the ones that were inside. They made it. But most of this I covered because I wanted it to seed. You know, I want my radish seeds. I want the turnip seeds off of this. That's what this portion was for. Same thing with the carrots and the parsnips. I want the seeds. So, yeah. Having said that, I'm probably going to pull the plastic off of the orcha and the mustards and off of the turnips and greens and stuff I have there after I blow everything out. Just because we're going to have a couple of days, we're actually going to have the next 2 weeks of no freezing temperatures. And so they don't need to be under the plastic and get sunburnt from an excessive amount of heat. And the plastic pieces that I have, those on that side weren't the right size for the screens, but this one and this one will be the right size for the screen. So, you know, I still got to get the screens built. Just all kinds of stuff I still got to do. Madness. All right, so y'all have a wonderful evening. This panda's up there going, Mom, are you done yet? Go make some dinner. I want some vittles. Go get some dinner. All right, y'all have an awesome evening. And Miss Panda and I, we'll talk to you later.